It's great to see you. It's great to see anybody.
Yeah, that's it. So we've got a big guest on the Fun Kids Breakfast Show. Hello, Peter Capaldi. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Delighted to be here.
I'm so glad that you come to join us. How are things with you at the moment? How are things?
Well, they're much the same as they are for everybody else. The big excitement I've got, though, is that I'm going to get my vaccination in a couple
Oh,
of days.
wow. Big news. Vaccination time.
So I'll be able to go to the sweet shop and buy lots of goodies to eat, and I'll be able to travel and go and visit elderly relatives and stuff like that. So that's very exciting. Yeah. So
it's
everybody who's got the chance of getting a vaccination should get it.
It's just nice that like real life is just on the horizon now. It's almost in touching distance.
I think we have to be careful. I think we have to make sure that we don't suddenly go, oh, wow, that's it.
Yeah.
It's certainly not. But it's a great step forward.
That is it, isn't it?
It's what we should all do.
Taking those little victories. And
Yeah.
also, well, there's lots of exciting things coming up because the Coram Voice Awards is on the way as well.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing that I've been involved with for quite a while, which is a competition, which is run by Coram Voice, which is basically for young people, well, people between the ages of 4 and 25 who've been through the care system. If you've been through the care system or have had any experience of the care system, we want you to write about it. And that writing can take any form. We've been doing this for, as I say, for about 5-6 years now. And the stuff that we get is amazing. We get poems, we get lyrics, we get raps, we get essays, we get scribbles, and it's really, really powerful and fascinating stuff. So the competition is basically to invite. I want people to know that they can start writing in now with this stuff because we'd love to see it.
Because that's what I love about that competition is the variety that you can find what your particular style is, whether that is like a newspaper article or whether it's a rap or something. You can pick your style and do whatever you feel comfortable with.
Absolutely whatever you want. And what's absolutely, fascinating about it is that you have all of these young people who've been through, quite a lot of difficult experiences. Yeah. And they are able to write with such eloquence and passion. And it's really it's delightful to be involved with. And it's always humbling, when you see the quality of work and also how great, the entrants are. That's what always strikes me. A lot of these young people have had kind of, through no fault of their own, rather difficult starts in life and have had, a lot of tough things thrown in their paths. And they've dealt with those with great grace and eloquence. So it's, for all of us, it's a great thing to be involved with.
And did you do lots of writing when you were younger yourself?
I was not a great writer. No, I always drew. I always liked
more of an artist.
Yeah. So when I was young, well, I went to art school. I ended up going and actually training and doing that. But yes, that was, it always came quite easily to me, which is probably a bit of a problem, really, because I think if you get a bit lazy and you let it go, which you should never do. I mean, if you've got any kind of gift, you should really, keep the pressure on and keep working at it. But no, later in life I wrote because obviously I became an actor and there was a great vogue in actors trying to make little films themselves. And the only way you could do that would be to write them. And I think that's a very good thing to do because it teaches you about other people's problems. You begin to value the work that the real writer puts into it. So I always think, with competitions like this, you often get to see really creative people at the very start. Often it's something like this that will stimulate or trigger, a talent or a gift for this stuff, and the people will bloom into full-blown writers or artists at the other end. I also think it's also we shouldn't be too worried about putting people into boxes, about saying you're a writer or you're a painter or you're a musician. I think you're just generally being creative.
I think that's one of the nice things about sort of creating content at the moment, is that those barriers are kind of going down. It's like
Yeah,
back in the day, you'd be a radio presenter or a
yeah,
TV presenter, but
yeah,
whereas now it's you create your own videos, you can
yeah.
create your own audio and all of that sort of thing. And I think that's what's nice, which is part of the Coram Voice Awards, is that it kind of explores that in a similar way with all the different styles that people can get involved with.
Yeah, yeah, and the things that you may not realize that you are good at writing.
Yeah.
You know, you may not know that until you have a go, and maybe that will lead to something else. Maybe you'll actually be really good at music or really good at illustrating or something like that. But until you start having a go, you'll never know. And the competition allows, you know, people to do that. We're very lucky. We have great judges who sit on the panel. We don't have we haven't announced who the judges are this year, but they're usually, you know, people who've written great kids books and stuff like that. And people
They
who've
know
been,
their stuff.
yeah, knocking around for a few years. It's sponsored by Cadence Innova, who's a company who have helped us out a great deal over the last couple of years. And once again, they're stepping up to help us. It's hard at this with the whole kind of COVID and pandemic thing, because usually what we do is we have an awards ceremony
Yeah, yeah.
where we invite everybody and we have a great night, and all the people are there, and we're able to announce the who's won and whatever and get to meet everybody. But obviously we have to do that in this manner through Zoom and whatnot now, which is slightly more complicated. But we're going to do that again this year. And usually we publish an anthology. All the works get printed in a book that people can buy, and that the winners will obviously get for free. But unfortunately, again, because of COVID, it's going to be online this year.
I guess that we're at the stage now where we're so used to the online gig that we're kind of getting good at it now, and how to like make it a bit fancier.
Yeah, I do. But then you're very young and with it and all that. So I find actually my eyes get sore, you know, because you spend the entire day with people like this. And, so I have to wear. I've got special glasses. I'm not wearing them at the moment because they're so big, which cut out the ultraviolet light from the screen, which help you.
I have to coordinate the awards outfit with the big glasses. I think I have to style it out.
Very cool.
So one of the things as well that my researchers have put to me, which might be completely false, is there a family connection with Lewis Capaldi?
Oh yeah,
that is true. That's not Wikipedia winding us up. That's a real thing.
That's absolutely real. Yeah, he's amazing, isn't he?
Isn't he just? What's the family connection?
No, I didn't really. Lewis didn't grow up with me or anything like that. I just became aware. I knew that there was somebody in the family doing music and stuff, and somebody said you should have a look at him. So I went on. This was a couple of years ago, before he was like big. And I went onto YouTube and put his name in, and a video came, and he was great. And he was singing one of his songs. I thought, oh, he's terrific. He's wonderful. And then I looked at the amount of views. I thought, surely that's a mistake. It says
that's like
9 million views, you know. And if you go on like for a Doctor Who thing, not that I've ever done that, but if you might see, 250,000 views. He had 9 million. I thought that's great. So I then got, he was doing a gig, so I was able to go to the gig and see him, which was amazing. I was so proud of him, even though I had not done anything to help him. But we have a common, my father's brother is his grandfather.
Oh, wow. That is so mad, isn't it, to like find that? Because I think everyone kind of thinks that they'd like to discover that they've got a famous relative.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely for real. Yeah, he's
it's exciting even when you're a famous person yourself.
Yeah, but he's just so good. I mean, it's wonderful to discover you have a relative who's so good.
Yeah, that's also as well.
He's brilliant. But I love his music. I think he's fantastic. I'm looking forward to hearing what he's going to do next. Then, of course, he asked me to be in his video. He did a video, which was brilliant, because I've always wanted to be in a pop video.
Oh, I mean, that's it. Tick that off the bucket list, isn't it?
So I got onto his pop video, which was good, for his biggest hit. So that was handy.
Well, there you go. Well timed. I reckon you've had this planned all along.
Biggest hit so far.
Peter, thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning. It's been lovely.
It's great to see you. It's great to see anybody.
Yeah, that's it. It's just great to chat to people, isn't it? Amazing stuff. And you can find out more about the Coram Voice Awards by getting yourself over to funkidslive.com.